Hi guys, my name is Eduardo. I work for Haringey Council and I had the privilege of running the Haringey Community Gold program for young people, which is a partnership of 9 organisations. I know it's large, but there's 2 statutory and the rest is voluntary sector. It is like a big family and we love it. We engage young people where they're comfortable, where they're at, whether that is in school, the streets, the parks, their own, wherever they feel that they want to engage with us, or even online. We can do that, especially now through COVID. We engage with them and we build relationships. From those relationships, what we then able to do, we're able to open up opportunities that are already available to young people. I mean, just the ability to actually have honest conversations and listen, particularly listen to what young people are saying to us. That sometimes is enough to actually get the young people across the line into something that is positive. And there's a lot of data that supports positive activity and the impact of positive activity in young people's futures. We're able to enable that, and we're able to help not just the young people but their families navigate sometimes those complex systems. It's been masses of young people that we've been able to engage, not just through street outreach, but also through schools, through other voluntary sector organizations, and even through the partnership. It's been massive, and that's the only way I can describe it, because it's just provided a much needed youth space outside of a space. So this idea of having actually a youth club outside, that we actually, as youth providers, we go to the young person rather than the other way around. Let me introduce you to all the 9 organizations, starting with the council. The council is in charge of delivering the outreach out on the streets and then to referring the clients that we find, the young people, into the best possible services.
My name is Hubert Malcolm. I'm the Assistant Director for Stronger and Safer Communities in Haringey. The role covers a number of service areas, but mainly I'm responsible for the delivery of Haringey Community Gold. I'm also responsible for overall community safety in the borough, and I'm the operational lead for our young people at risk strategy. Haringey Community Gold really is one of our fundamental initiatives to reduce youth violence in the borough, by supporting our young people, by giving them advice, really leading them through what can be a very challenging time. Haringey Community Gold also is fundamental to some of our strategic ambitions. I've mentioned our young people at risk strategy. Haringey Community Gold is one of the linchpins of that. We've also got our own community safety strategy, which covers a number of outcomes and really how to improve the life chances for our young people, and our borough plan. The Haringey Community Gold is linked very closely with our youth services and really supported the agenda to encourage our young people. It has been really touching on how our young people have said that Community Gold has supported them in a very challenging time. The last few years through COVID has been challenging for all of us, but especially our young people. I think also, if you look at criminality in the borough over the last 3 years, we have seen large reductions in Haringey. Some reductions, especially in knife crime under 25 and gun discharges, has reduced faster than the London average. But that is to say that even one incident is just one too many. But some of the stories I hear by our young people who give passionate testimonials about how the team, how the partners have supported them, has been fantastic. I think without Community Gold, lots of those initiatives, lots of those young people, Community Gold has touched over 4,000 children and young people in the last 3 years. But without Community Gold, we would not have been able to have that early intervention and prevention. Look at the public health approach, in that early intervention and prevention is the best approach really to tackle and deal with our young people that may be on the periphery of youth violence. I think if you look at the investment earlier, I think it's definitely an approach that all local authorities should should adopt. You know, a big thank you has to go out to the Mayor. A big thank you has to go out to the GLA for their support and giving us the fundings to move this forward. I think it's something that lots of local authorities have contacted us about. You know, how have we been able to maintain a reduction in criminality? And I think Community Gold has been one of our major initiatives to support that, along with all our other initiatives. So I think all local authorities are really looking at how we've adopted this model, you know, the outreach model, working with communities. When we speak to our communities, we know that there's a large amount of distrust out there in the police, the fire brigade and local authorities, but working with the community members that know the community much better than we perhaps do the local authority, I think it's been one of the pivotal things to its success. And moving forward, I think lots of local authorities have understood and worked out that, you know, dealing with any issues that our young people may have at an earlier stage, the investment there is much better than investing and the resources that takes place when our young people get into the statutory area.
Okay, let's start with our managing agent, NLPC Limited. What they do, they help manage the program, keep everything on track and ensure that we are delivering the best possible services for our young people.
My name is Kamel Dolia. I'm one of the employment advisors here at NLPC. So we have a long-standing relationship with the Haringey Community Gold, where we work with different partners in supporting young persons with training and employment. But young persons have different needs, and when they come in, we have a conversation where we can support them with the advice that to help them into moving into whatever role that they're looking at. Maybe that may be construction, railway engineering, customer service. Their different needs are try to be met. And then what we do, we set out a plan for them as to how we can go about helping them in that capacity.
Hello, I'm Nadir Kaweshi. I'm with the YAB, and this leadership program is benefiting me a lot with my communication skills and overall getting to know new people and, you know, collaborate together to create a change in my community.
Alright, hey guys, I'm Jaden. I'm from the Youth Advisory Board. I'm 17 years old, and today we've been here for an induction to our new leadership training course. So yeah, today's been going well. We've come together and we're doing some training. The way the YB has helped me over the last few months is it's given me work experience, time to work with other young people, and yeah, getting to know new people in the borough, getting to know new councillors and doing some more work.
Let me introduce you to Exodus. The Exodus program is delivered by our partner Upskill You. Upskill You, they've been doing an amazing work in the last 2 years, where they've delivered this 12-week intervention for those young people who are closest to committing crime or are already committing crime.
Hi everybody, my name's Wayne. I'm one of the founders of Upskill 360, and as a trainer and mentor, I deliver the Exodus program. Well, the Exodus program is designed to rehabilitate and educate challenging offenders in Haringey. However, the fluidity of the program allows us to actively engage with young people in schools, PRUs, prisons, and what's known as through the gate process. How this works is through 3 strands set over 12 weeks. The first strand is targeted one-to-one mentoring, which focuses on the functionality and behaviour of young people. The second process is group workshops with the added value of life cases. And the idea behind that is that when we have young people that can give a personal perspective, it brings to life the subject matters a little bit more. The third aspect of it, or the third strand, should I say, is FST, which is Family Systemic Therapy. And the idea behind that is working with the family so we can get a direct understanding of the support that's available at home. Because as an Exodus program, we recognize that there is not one single solution. We have to look at this on a multi-systemic way. I think for us, running the Exodus program alongside Haringey Gold has been an eye-opener for all of us. I think in terms of working with the young people in different areas, whether it be directly with the families, directly with crews and schools, I think we've made a really good impact, and I think we can see the value of dealing with young people with a multi-layered approach, as opposed to just literally going in and mentoring. So for us as an organisation to be able to impact in this unique way has been inspiring for all. An example of this is a young person that I worked with in Haringey, and he was in a PRU, and he only caught the back end of what the Exodus program was offering him. So unfortunately, during the summer holidays, he made some poor choices. And within that, he ended up being incarcerated in one of the STCs that we run the Exodus program in. However, because he was already familiar with the program within the community through PRU, it made it easier for us to pick him up and bring him onto the Exodus program, which in turn, during his time at the STC, his behaviour reduced, he got his early release, and we was able to pick him up in the community. And we're proud to say that moving forward, he works with his father now, and his offending days are behind him. So again, it just shows the fluidity of what we do and how we're proud of how the Exodus program is performing on a whole. I'm honestly proud to say that we are changing lives. We're making Haringey a more safer community, and we're swapping legacy for lifestyle when it comes to our young people.
The next partner I want to introduce you to is Bradley Goddard.
Hi, my name is Brad Goddard. I'm the founder of My Training Plan. We do sports and fitness as a mentoring option for kids in Haringey. I found that the funding from Young Londoners Fund has been really helpful in the community. It's given not just children but their parents also an opportunity to do an activity together. So when we engage with young children, we're able to engage with their families as well in a way that possibly they wouldn't be able to do from a perhaps financial background. Through the Young Londoners Fund, we've been able to open up sessions in various clubs. So right now we're in Selby Boxing Club. We also do it in a gym in Hornsey. So we've been able to open up those spaces to young people and their families, which we wouldn't have been able to do if it wasn't for the Young Londoners Fund. Okay, so we had a young man that initially came to us who was slightly lacking confidence socially. Through the program, through doing the training methods with us, he's growing in confidence, not just in our sessions, but also in his athletics, and it's also transferred over into his schoolwork as well.
Yeah, my name is Alonzo Mahoney, and I'm 12 years old. I feel like my training plan has really improved my confidence, and well, it's a place where I can meet new friends and have fun with people in the community.
Our next partner is Access UK.
My name's Dan Ajman. I'm the co-founder and director of Access UK. It's been a long journey. We started off with some teething problems, but eventually got to be a very useful part of youth provisions within Haringey. We also, in the last year, obviously been delivering through lockdown, and it was a very essential service that young people can tap into. I'm sure it helped them in many ways during this very difficult period of delivery. So my experience overall has been positive, and it's been very useful for our beneficiaries in terms of having access to support services in the borough. The YLF has given access to hundreds, perhaps thousands of young people to various support services within the consortium that we've got under the Haringey Community Gold, and it's been essential, particularly in the last year, where young people obviously been under lockdown and without any kind of engagement, physical engagement, etc. So yeah, it's been essential provision, and the fact that youth unemployment has gone through the roof since COVID, since we've come out of lockdown, it's even going to be even more essential that we carry on engaging these young people within this borough. Yeah, we've had lots of success stories, but one particular one stands out. Young lady who was referred by the outreach team to Access UK. She came in, she'd been unemployed for about 2 years, and with the support of her Access UK advisor, she was able to secure a job within 2 months. She actually eventually ended up getting a job with Haringey Community Gold as part of their outreach team. She's still there now, doing very, very well. But the engagement had a direct impact on her actually securing that job. with the outreach team. So yeah, that was that's one that sticks out in mind. Mainly because she'd been unemployed for so long and she actually lost hope in terms of finding work. And it was just a very quick turnaround from registering on the program and actually finding a position. So that story sticks out in my mind.
For our younger cohort, we've got Haringey Play Association. They are an amazing organisation based in Northumberland Park in Tottenham, and they deliver play. They deliver therapeutical play as well as a number of interventions, both in school and on the streets as well.
Okay, hello, my name's Ben. I work at Haringey Play Association at Somerford Grove Adventure Playground. I'm a play worker and I work on the YLF project on Wednesdays after schools. So my experience delivering the programme has been really positive. We've got to know a really nice group of young people and we've seen them develop, we've seen them really come together as a group but also grow as individuals and just in some cases just have a chance to relax and be themselves, but also pick up some really useful skills and do some things that they've never done before and just enjoy that process together and as a group. YLF has impacted on our community a lot. We've seen people really come together, and particularly during the pandemic and during the lockdowns, it's been a really good way for us to stay connected with the families and the young people who live in the surrounding area. It's also just had a massive impact for us in terms of giving young people space to learn new skills and also play and be themselves and develop friendships with each other in a formal learning environment. We have seen a lot of transformations. One example, I won't give their name, but a young person who started coming when he was having a lot of problems with school and also outside school. He was kind of on the periphery, but potentially being involved in some youth violence and things that he didn't want to be involved in, but he was kind of getting a bit drawn into it. And just through coming to YLF regularly and building relationships with the staff, but also with the other young people, he's grown and developed, and he's also just kind of reinforced the sides of himself that we know he wants to kind of develop, and the sides of him that really he can be proud of, and so he's in a much better place in terms of his schoolwork. He's no longer kind of in problems with school in terms of exclusions or anything like that, and he's also got a kind of group of friends from a range of different backgrounds in this local area that he can kind of rely on and that he can kind of stay in touch with.
My name is Uma, and I'm 11, turning 12 in August, but I'm still 11. Well, it definitely, like, if I'm upset or I'm not feeling well, I come here to, like, get my mind off that sadness. Well, it definitely, I kind of learned how to climb because I get to go on top of that, like, on top of that big round thing here.
My name is Tia and I'm 15. It helps me get my mind off things when I'm upset and making friends. Like camping, I would have never went camping if I didn't come here. It's like a family fun place. Like everyone gets along with everyone.
Our next organisation is Thinking Space. Thinking Space, they've been delivering in the borough for a number of years now, and they deliver a space where local people can come and share. It's a therapeutical space. It's run by the Tavistock and Portman NHS Trust, and what they do for Haringey Community Gold, they train our staff. They train our staff to be able to deliver those spaces. And amazing opportunity. Last year we were able to create a space for looked after children and the children that have gone to university.
Hi everyone, I'm Janet Campbell and I work for the Tavistock and Portman NHS Foundation Trust. My role is that of interim manager and community development worker. I think meeting practitioners who I would never have had the opportunity to meet. We are very much a community-based project, so normally I would meet the individuals who access the project, but actually building a relationship with those who are the delivery agents, the different partners, I think has been enormous, and it gives you a different perspective, and being able to see how the different bits and the dream of the project, how it all comes together by the different agencies, and hoping to build a long-term relationship with all these different agencies. I think that's been key. What it means for YLF is that we now have approximately 8 trained thinking space facilitators, and the beauty of that is that they're local, they're residents of the borough, and if not residents, they're certainly working in the borough. So the skill set isn't taken simply back to the Tavistock, but it's embedded in the local community. We will be training our young people come September, and our project, it will be a six-day training, and then they'll go into 12 weeks of placement, and they will receive a certificate at the end of it.
Yeah, my name is Wisdom. I'm 21 years old, and I'm currently studying mathematics. I just finished my second year at the University of Coventry. I feel like this program is very beneficial, especially during COVID, as a lot of people weren't able to see people in real life and weren't able to socialize and weren't able to meet friends and stuff. So this was good mentally to speak to other young people in similar positions to me, or even in different positions to me, so I can see how COVID affected everyone in different ways. And it was quite good to hear from everyone and all their perspectives of just life in general as well, education-wise, day-to-day living, everything. And it was quite good to hear everyone's point of views and opinions on everything. There was also debates. I remember one debate whether we should or should not take the COVID vaccine. But I feel like overall the thinking space was a good space for people to voice their opinion.
Hi, my name is Tabitha, and I am a student studying Spanish and linguistics at the University of Oxford. I just finished my first year. I'm 19, so that was the age. Oh, wait, should I do it again? I think it's helped in the sense of realising that there are other young people who, for example, have just left care or have left care 2 years ago or more recently, that are still navigating life, the same kind of circumstances and situations, such as university or finding a job and things like that, as me, because you often feel like you're the only person in a space or in an environment that has had this kind of upbringing in the system. So it's nice to kind of have other people who have been through similar experiences. And even if they haven't been through similar experiences, it's still having that same overarching unifying factor. I think it's been also good to explore certain things and features and whether it be issues or worries or concerns that we may have as young people, we're able to bounce off each other and discuss them based on our own experiences and things that we can help each other with. For example, it might be anxiety about living alone, or it might be wondering where to get support. And we can also make recommendations to each other to say, oh, I actually got help from this person in my university, or my personal advisor told me about this, that, the other. And not only that, we could also just encourage one another and remind each other that it's actually okay, like even though we may have had certain things in our backgrounds, or even certain struggles that we continue to go through now, it's actually okay, and there's like community, there can be friendship, and there can actually be a bit of fun with it as well.
The next organisation that I want to introduce is WorkWorks Training Solutions. And WorkWorks delivers employability in a completely different way, very unconventional in terms of how they're able to transform a room into a positive room into a room of young people that are ready to get into an interview and be successful.
Hi, my name is Aaron. I'm the operations manager here at WorkWorks Training Solutions. A little bit about myself. I've come from the education background, so I've worked as a college lecturer, I've worked as a sports coach, and I've supported young people who have faced extremely difficult challenges within the community, and together we've broken down some barriers. Talking from experience here, not getting the best grades in school myself, I then put my head in the books, and I was given a platform where I could go back in and support young people. So I'm really excited about working on this project where I can actually use my previous experiences to go out and make a real difference and achieve some amazing outcomes. I just want to highlight the fact that it's been hard for young people with the effects of the pandemic. We've been doing some fantastic work remotely. Now that restrictions have been lifted, we have been going out engaging with them. We've been doing talks in schools, and we've been doing some fantastic work alongside some other partner organisations. And we have some amazing testimonials and some amazing case studies that we look forward to sharing with you all in due course.
My name is Mehmet Zeki. I'm the CEO of the company. We've had a fantastic experience delivering YLF in Haringey. We are, I'd say, leading in terms of our engagements and putting people into progression. Those progressions are either further education, accredited courses, and employment. We've obviously done case studies and analytical reports in regards to how this has best affected the community and what kind of impact it's had on the community. We've had over 300 engagements, we've superseded our target in that area, and we've put over 50 people into work. So I'd say that we've definitely had a positive impact on our surrounding borough. Haringey as a whole has always been at the forefront of our priorities in terms of understanding the demographic and the dynamics of the borough, especially in Tottenham. So we've had fantastic feedback from not only our participants, but from people that have also made referrals to our programme, parents in particular, family members, and we've obviously gone one step further by engaging with those families to make them independent of the benefit system, which is outside of our contractual agreement, but all part of our ethos and our perception of the greater good. Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a particular young man that we've actually taken on ourselves. So you'll be interviewing him no doubt later on today, but his name is Kevin. Kevin has a disability. He was introduced to us by a school actually that's based in Enfield. Kevin is actually a Haringey resident, but this particular school was for children with special needs. Kevin was introduced to us on an internship, and during that internship we got to know him, got to support him, has changed his attitude towards work, built his confidence, giving him a stake in society as far as we're concerned, and he's now a favourable member of staff working for WorkWorks, helping Aaron with compliance, admin, so on and so forth. And he's in a great position to create a legacy, and that is the journey that he's on at the moment.
Kevin Tufo, 23 years old. It's been good. I was in a Haringey Gold program, and WorkWorks have supported me into employment as an administrator, and I'm very happy. And now I'm helping other people like me to get a job. It's been really good so far.
Hi, I'm Alexia and I'm 18. This program has helped me massively as I didn't know what I wanted to do, and WorkWorks have guided me and given me opportunities, and I'm very grateful for that.
London Elite and the famous Clasford Sterling. They've been around forever. I remember going to Clasford Sterling when I was 16 years old to play football. And this is what they do. They do sports development in Broadwater Farm, and they do a great job.
Hi, my name is Clasford Sterling, MBE. I'm the one of the coordinators, shall I say, of London Elite, who currently running the program, the Off the Street Less Heat program, through Haringey Community Gold, a Young Londoners Fund. For me, it's in our title, Off the Street Less Heat. The more young people that we can keep off the street, especially in the late hours, the less problems there's going to be. I mean, it's been absolutely fantastic, you know, and it's proved our point that, you know, if you give young people somewhere to go in the evenings in a safe environment, you know, where they can enjoy other young people's company, share different ideas, interact with different sporting activity or just playing video games or this, that and the other, you know, it works. We open until 11 o'clock in the night. I mean, really, I'd like to open until 1 o'clock in the morning because, you know, it's very difficult to ask young people 17 plus and even younger now, but 17 plus that you got to stay at home by 8, 9 o'clock. It's just not going to happen. We want them off the street. And it's as simple as that. And I think, you know, it's absolutely been tremendous. It's got to be done again, and it's got to be rolled not only around our borough, but rolled out around London. I think we've had a load of young people it's impacted on, because we've spoken to young people who sometimes are a bit agitated because somebody said something to them or something on Facebook or you know, on the social media and this, that and the other. And, you know, we've had to calm them down and point them in the right direction. You know, I had one young man where them and the parents, you know, are having a go at each other, and, you know, he's not working, he's not doing nothing, this, that and the other. And as well as talking to the young people, you know, I've got to talk to the parents as well, because it's not easy out there. You know what I mean? And if some of these young kids have not equipped themselves academically in school, coming out and finding work, it's not easy, especially when some of the parents haven't actually built them up to do it. Suddenly the parents realize, whoa, they're 19, 20 and they don't want to work. But what I tried to tell the parents, you should have helped them when they were 15, 16 to get there. You know what I mean? So I think for me, that has been the, you know, there's always an emotional aspect, but that's been the hardest part of the Off the Street, you know, is trying to help as many as you can, and everybody's got a different story, or you know, like the DNA, everyone's life journey is completely different. So I just have to try and use the skills that I've acquired over the years and the different contacts through Haringey Community Gold and through other sources to try and help them. It's very difficult to try and get information out of young people, what's wrong, what ails them, you know, what kind of support they need. It's very, very difficult. So it's important that myself, my team, and other people in the local authority can actually recognise, you know, sometimes, because randomly I've gone up to somebody because I'm thinking, whoa, this doesn't look right. You know, my instincts, and then I start to interact and talk, and then it all comes out. It all comes out, you know, and we go in one corner and they give me their personal problems and this, that and the other. And we try to deal with it the best way we can. Kevin, another young man, yeah, very, very bad attitude. But in the 2.5 years now he's been here, absolutely a different person. Absolutely different person. He's now left school. So at the time, he would have been about 15, 16. You know, I've had to go to his school a couple of times. So I'm just happy that this is here for them, to help them. Because I imagine if we weren't here till 11 o'clock at night on a Thursday, you know, what would they be doing?
Raheem Mackenzie, and I'm 16. I mean, it doesn't keep me outside. It doesn't keep me inside. So I'm more active. I can do stuff that benefit me to do with health and stuff. Yeah, the football like keeps everyone together and in touch. Like everyone can like speak about it and everyone can come together. So it's helped me. Yeah, 100% makes me feel more safer walking around, knowing that everyone can come together to do with like sports and football and that.
Last but not least, we also have Bridge Renewal Trust. Bridge Renewal Trust, they are the council's voluntary sector partner, and they actually not delivering any part of the program. We've brought them in as independent evaluators.
So I'm Narissa Steele and I'm working with the Bridge Renewal Trust, and we've been involved with Haringey Community Gold as the evaluation partner. So we're helping to collect some of the data around the outcomes for young people and also the qualitative stuff around really understanding young people's journey through the programme. So we're responsible for evaluating, so we've been working with all the partners and really hearing from them about what works and what doesn't. So we did things like working with the partners on developing the theory of change, and some of the key things that were coming out from those partners were around the importance of having a range of activities for young people, fun things that they would like to engage with, but those being run with trusted adults who they know from their community or who they feel they can really build trust with. And that's certainly come through in all the qualitative stuff about how important that is, so that even though young people might access a service or might go along to something to play sport, for example, what you'll find is that as they build that relationship with the coach who's experienced and understands around coaching, but also working with young people, they're able to talk to them about things that they might find difficult to speak to their family about. And through that, they're able to access support that they may not otherwise have accessed. And I think that's one of the really valuable things about the programme, is that it's reaching young people that aren't necessarily picked up in other services, or who may not wish to access more formal services. So I think some of the feedback that's been coming through, particularly what we've seen it's obviously been an unusual year, but in supporting the community around the pandemic, what we've really seen is that those organisations, because they are based within the community and they know the families, they've been able to really identify those families that might need that additional support, and been able to link them up with things like food parcels, and actually just checking in to make sure people are okay. So this year's been a funny one. We're also seeing now that things are opening up. One of the big bits of feedback around having safe places for young people to go is really important. Having spent so much time kind of with us all in lockdown, that's been really valuable. And we're seeing a whole range of outcomes for young people around employment. Obviously the work that the Youth Advisory Board's been doing has been really great. So there's a real broad range of outcomes coming through, and because it's youth-led, it will vary depending on every individual, because they're choosing what services they want to access, and what they want to take out of the programme.
This is really about sustainability, and is really about handing it over to young people. One of the initiatives that we've had great success with has been the Haringey Youth Advisory Board, and we're building sustainability within that group so that we are able to almost like hand it over to them, so that young people are able to take another level of leadership.
Hi, I'm Ria Francis and I'm 17 and I'm part of the Youth Advisory Board. The Youth Advisory Board is a youth-led leadership programme created from Haringey Gold in 2020. It has boosted my confidence and helped my professionalism, which has made me a lot more employable. The projects I've been involved in has been Women's Rights Project, Wood Green Youth Hub Project, and I've got to deliver workshops to different schools. I have, and I would definitely recommend Youth Advisory Board to all of my friends. dying. I'm finished, right? Yeah, you're done. Yes. I'm not made for TV.
What can I say? I think a big thank you needs to go out to the number of voluntary organisations who worked with. I think it's been over 50. Also a big thank you to the police, Middlesex Hospital, who has worked in collaboration with us. There's so many partners I could mention. I could mention the Selby Sister System, HESCEF, Bruce Grove Youth Club, Haringey Play Association. There's so many partners that work with us, and I think on behalf of our young people and the parents in the borough, really to express our thanks to them. I think a big thanks also needs to go to our strategic leadership in Haringey. Haringey Community Gold has been supported by our Chief Exec, Cabinet Member for Communities, Councillor Ahmed, and the Cabinet Member for Children, Councillor Brabazon. Their support has been pivotal to the success of Haringey Community Gold. And also, I have to say a big thanks to Invictus, an investment banking company who has really seen some of the benefits that our young people can develop, and now they've come into partnership with us as a local authority to give apprenticeships to our young people. I started as an apprentice many years ago in the 80s, and I fundamentally believe by supporting our young people, giving them advice, holding their hands in early stages, they will flourish and develop into successful young people. So just a big thank you to all those people out there that have taken the time, seen the benefit, the amount of support we've given to parents and young people, and our strategy partners, I think has been fantastic. And a big thank you for me, but also, a big thank you to the Haringey community for their support going forward.